Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Forte Biosciences. This is obviously like a biotech company, and the reason we're talking about this one today is just look at this graph. This opened at 30 bucks, it closed at 28.59, so it was down 4 or 5% on the day. And then after hours, it just absolutely fell off of a cliff. And I've been making YouTube videos for about 3 months on this channel now. I've covered a lot of big ups. I've covered a lot of big downs. I think, the stocks that move huge in a single day are really fun to cover, really fun to talk about. And it seems like people enjoy the videos as well. But this is probably the single biggest downward movement in a single day I have seen. Again, down 4.5% intraday, but down 81.3% after hours. That's just absolutely disgusting. And at one point it even had a bottom even lower. Right now it's sitting at about $5.34, but this bottomed out at around $3.91. So that 81% was even lower. That's just absolutely horrible. Obviously it feels so terrible for anyone who was invested in the stock or involved in the stock in any way. But obviously people are going to be wondering what the heck is going on, what happened, what caused an 81% drop in a single day, or even higher than that if you include the 5% intraday as well. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. I would appreciate that a ton. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers. We're going for 2. And check out the links in the description below for free stocks on Robinhood, Webull, all of that good stuff. With that being said, here we go. So this stock, obviously, it's a biotech stock, so it's going to be pretty volatile. It's been all over the place, starting out the year at $35, bottoming out around $25 in March, before rallying back to $42, before rallying back down to, 23-ish, 22-ish. But obviously, it'd mostly been in a channel between 22 and 42. That's pretty volatile, but that's not insane. But again, when the previous low you saw was 22, and now you see the stock sitting at $5.34 or $3.91. Obviously, that is horrible, horrible news. Obviously, something big had to have happened. And what the news here is coming from MarketWatch.com. Forte Biosciences shares are down. Company will not continue to advance FB401. So obviously, this is news of them discontinuing a drug or a treatment or something like that, something that's in the works, something that obviously people were pretty hyped up and excited about, and also something that must have meant a lot to this company if just discontinuing a single drug, treatment, whatever, makes you go down 81%. Obviously they were not overly diversified or anything like that, or maybe there's more to this. Maybe there's other reasons why people can't trust them anymore or don't want to trust them anymore, or just see the company as a bad investment. So let's take a look at this. Shares of Forte Biosciences are trading lower in Thursday's after-hour market following the announcement that it will not continue to advance its FB401 for treatment of atopic dermatitis. The company said the phase 2 clinical trial of FB401 for the treatment of atopic dermatitis failed to meet statistical significance for the primary endpoint. Forte Biosciences said it observed positive trends in the key secondary endpoints. However, the top-line data is disappointing, and we will continue to analyze this data. However, given this readout, we will not continue to advance FB401, said Paul Wagner. This is the executive chief. They do expect to provide investors with an update on the future plans for the company over the next several months. And again, at 4:05 Eastern, shares were trading 15.5% lower. The stock finished the day's regular trading session with a 4.4% loss. And obviously, this article was posted pretty early on during this big drop, because obviously this got a lot worse. This was not down 15%. This was not down 50%. This is down 81%. Now, depending on where you got this thing, if you picked up at the bottom, it's up 36% since it's, lows after hours. And again, after hours is never even the best indicator of where a stock's actual price or stock's actual value or anything like that even is. This might be something where we have to see what happens tomorrow. We might have to see what happens to it the rest of the week. There's also, any time that something drops this big, there are going to be people that, think it's an overreaction or say it's an overreaction. You saw the quote from the chief executive there that they are going to be reevaluating things. They are going to be making new announcements in the next couple of months about where they see the future of the company heading. And maybe they'll have some good news. Maybe they'll have something new to announce. Maybe they'll have something new that hypes people up, gets people excited. So maybe, if you dive into this company and you see what you like, or you find out some positive things, or you think they might be making some big moves in the future, maybe this is an opportunity to buy the dip. Maybe this is a chance to get Forte Biosciences at a 81% sale. Maybe it's a chance, to get them at a steal of a price. Maybe a ton of people are overreacting right now. Also, there is definitely plenty of room to go lower. This is a $402 million market cap stock. So I'm assuming that was where it closed at for the day. I'm assuming now it's, closer to 100 million, if not under 100 million. So a very, very small stock, obviously, but there's still room to go lower. If this is truly bad news, if this company is not able to produce drugs or treatments or anything like that reliably, if they're not able to, spend their R&D money responsibly or intelligently or make the right decisions, yes, there is the real risk that they could continue to drop and drop and drop, especially after having huge negative news like this. They're going to have a negative market sentiment for a while. People are not going to trust them. People are going to want to stay away from them. But again, especially in the biotech world, you're only as good or bad or interesting or exciting or as horrible as your last piece of news or your last drug or your last treatment or whatever. So even though things seem horrible for Forte Biosciences right now, they absolutely could turn things around. I'm not going to pretend to know all about this company or their leadership or anything like that, but obviously there is a ton of people jumping ship right now. Again, all these stocks are always volatile, and this has been a very, very volatile one, going, just all over the place. 52-week high of almost $54, now 52-week low of almost $4. So there's been big downs before. I mean, this thing has dropped in a couple of months, 50, 60% at times, and it's found ways to bounce back before. Obviously, this is something a little bit different. This is probably, a bigger reason to go down than some of their past drops and stuff like that. But they are a company that's shown, just like most biotech stocks, that they are able to have some big upswings. And I actually think that depending on, diving into this company more, finding out a little bit more about them, their financial situation, what kind of options they have going forward in the future, I would not at all be surprised if in 3, 6, 12 months to see, Forte Biosciences up massively from where it is right now, up massively from the $3, $4, $5 that it's currently trading at now. Again, with big risk or with big reward is always going to come some big risk, because there is definitely a chance that this company, goes out of business or just continues to drop and fall and fall and fall. But I think this actually could be a pretty interesting one to maybe look into, maybe find out a little bit more information, and maybe, considering picking up some shares. I'm definitely going to be diving a little bit more into this one. Not saying I'm buying, because obviously there's a ton of red flags. There's a ton of bad signs. But I think it's at least worth diving a little bit further into, just because of how much this one has fallen. Those beaten down stocks can sometimes be a little bit interesting, but more often than not, they're beat down for a reason. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about FBRX. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully, I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!